Hello, everybody. Thank you so much for joining me today. I know that time is something that we can't get back, so I'm going to make sure to keep this time together fun and actionable. I really want you to be able to use what I'm going to be sharing with you today immediately. My name is Bailey Fruman. I'm a therapist and life coach, and I help ambitious women to discover their purpose, gain clarity, and really take action on creating a roadmap in their life to achieve those goals. So I'm so glad you can join me today. And today we're going to be talking about vision boards. Vision boards are hugely important to moving the dial forward and creating the life that you want. For me, a vision board a couple years ago was really a pivotal turning point in getting that aha that I was so craving. And I'll share a little bit more about you with you today. So on today's Lunch and Learn webinar, right? So on the East Coast, we're having lunch. On the West Coast, we're just having our first cup of coffee. And for my UK crew, it's dinner time, ladies. So I'm going to keep this short and actionable so that we can have fun together and you guys get good information that's going to help you to create the life that you've been craving. So on today's webinar, you're going to learn about how vision boards work, how to set transformational intentions around them. And we're going to do a powerful visualization. And I'm also going to kind of set you in motion in creating your own vision board. So, sounds good? A brief word about housekeeping. So I'm going to be spilling the beans on a lot of helpful tools today to help you create your vision board and how to use it regularly to really get the results that you want and create that big change in your life. I recommend that you dig up a pen, a paper, if you're a typer, some Evernote, and jot down whatever resonates for you. So since we're using this Google Hangout / YouTube for our webinar today, there is no chat board. So if at any point during our webinar today you have an aha, a WTF, a question of any sort, don't hesitate to email me. You can reach me at bailey@baileyfruman.com. or on the website that you're on right now, just click contact. All right. So for today's webinar and creating your vision board, I'm going to introduce myself. I'm going to kind of go over how to create that vision board, and then we're going to do like a little mini Q&A at the end if we have some time. So a little bit about me. Again, my name is Bailey Fruman. I'm a life coach that helps to create major transformations in people's lives. My background is I'm a therapist. And my big dream, my big why, my big purpose in the world is to help ambitious women to really discover their purpose and to help them get that clarity that they need and create that clear roadmap to make it all happen. I'm also a new mama to little Phoebe, which means that I've been recalibrating what work-life balance really means. And I'm also a big-time traveler. I've been to nearly 30 countries and counting. I've met amazing friends and even my husband when traveling. As I mentioned, I have a background as a licensed psychotherapist. And for me, I really shifted my practice from that traditional you lay on the couch and I sit in the chair and crack into your brain model to online so that I can reach as many women as possible. But before that started, back in 2012 is really when I made a change in my life. So back in 2012, I was ambitious, overworked. I wouldn't have believed at all that I would have the life that I do today. If you said to me, oh, you know, Bailey, you're going to be traveling, have location independence, be in a relationship that makes you feel fulfilled, you'll have time for friends, I would have absolutely laughed at you. If you told me I would have had a baby, I would have laughed at you. Because at the time, I was working 6 or 7 days a week. It was like 80 hours that I was working. And I felt so overwhelmed. There's no way I would have had time for a baby, a relationship, even friendships, you know? So at the time when I was working like a crazy woman back in 2012, I was really unsure of what I wanted in life. I figured if I just kept working really hard, that at some point I would figure it out. And that wasn't coming true for me. It was tough because I felt like I had always done the right thing in life, right? I graduated with 4.0. I stepped into a career most people would be excited about. I bought a house by 27. But the truth was, I really just wasn't happy. We have our breaking point. We have our aha moment. We have the point of our journey when we become aware that change needs to happen. And a lot of times, as ambitious women, change needs to happen now. My wake up call came from me about, I would say, the real aha was probably about 2013. And I had spent about a month unplugged and away from my desk. And in that time, I realized that I didn't want to live my life like a to-do checklist. I was tired of waking up on Monday and wishing it was Friday again. So I had to get past my fears to really find clarity and find my true purpose in the world. Now, as I've shared with you, it is my mission to help you find clarity, help you find the confidence that you need, and most importantly, your purpose in the world through lifestyle design. So today for our vision board training, you're going to see how making a vision board can make all of these ambitions and these excitements that you have in life actually come to fruition. So vision boards can help you to affect real change in your life. As I shared, we've all been there at different points of our life when we felt that we were unsure of our next steps and we were really craving clarity. So from my story back in that 2012 spot, I didn't feel like I had any clarity about my life direction, my plan, or even my purpose. My journey really was catapulted when I created a vision board. I started with a blank piece of just this big poster board, and I felt immediately that shock of overwhelm, like, oh my God, I'm supposed to fill this board with my dreams. I didn't have a clue what I wanted. But what I did know was that if I wanted to create real transformation in my life, the only thing that would make that happen was clarity. And I knew that I had to get out of my own head to create this clarity. At first, my biggest hurdle was really like just trying to find out who I was and what I wanted, right? I knew that I needed to get really like clear. I needed a plan. I needed to decide what the next steps were. And if I was to figure out what my life was going to look like, I needed to get a roadmap to achieving my goals. I'm going to grab some coffee. It's decaf. So now it's 2015, right? And the good news is that my life looks completely different. In fact, it looks a lot much more like the life that I created on my vision board back in 2012. So I'll share that with you. Hold on one second. It just fell on the floor. Hold on. Okay. So here it is. Here's my vision board. I'm going to email you guys a picture of it. But so you can get the general gist. Look how big this poster board is. I took a couple hours and I filled it out. And I made it be a reflection of what I wanted in my life. So I didn't have a family. I didn't go to Bali. I didn't have time with friends. I wasn't always eating very healthy because I didn't really have time for it. I didn't have time for play. Sleeping peacefully? Yeah, right. I was never hardly sleeping. A baby? Didn't have a baby. There's just so much of this that I just didn't have. And what I wanted to do was I wanted to make it my real life. So when I stepped away from my stress and I took the time to get clear about my vision, all these things really began to manifest themselves in my life. I've been to nearly 30 countries. I have an uber healthy life that does include sleep, even with a newborn. It includes yoga, it includes green juice and wine. I have an awesome relationship with my husband, and we just started a family a couple months ago. I have a ton of friends that I actually have time to spend with them. Even my business is going great. And most importantly, I feel fantastic.
So from setting my intentions on my vision board, I was really able to create a life on my own terms. And that's the most important point. It's stepping away from the shoulds, it's stepping away from the to-dos, and it's about living on your own terms. So since I have made this commitment to dedicate the rest of my professional life to helping women, help them to step out of stress, help them to step out of overwhelm, and help them to really discover their purpose, their clarity, and achieve their goals, that's where I feel my most fulfilled. So in sharing my story and my journey and my vision board, it's the best example that I have to share like what vision in action actually looks like. Using my vision board was instrumental in creating clarity, and it can work that way for you too. So, a little bit of logistics around vision boards. What is a vision board? So as I showed you, a vision board is a lovingly crafted collection of images and words and anything that simply strikes you and you feel drawn to it. So as woo-woo as it sounds, there's a reason for that. In fact, on my first vision board, which I showed you today, I had a picture of an exchange student. So there he is. And I don't know where that came from. It was so weird at the time. And I was like, all right, I'm drawn to this picture. Let me just go with it, put it on my vision board. Interestingly enough, it manifested itself about a year later when I was traveling in El Salvador, and I met this amazing, really, really ambitious kid, Carlos. He was, I think he was like 18 or 19 at the time. He's 21 now. And I ended up creating an exchange program for him to come to the United States to live with me. I hosted him for a semester so that he could expand on his English and he could pursue his nursing degree. So, you know, we don't know where these things come from, but if you're drawn to them, just honor that space that you're in. So again, I said that I would share my vision board. I'll send it to you in the email replay so that you can check it out in its full glory. So who uses vision boards? It's a great question. Truly anyone. So whether you are feeling incredibly stuck or uber inspired, vision boards are really for anyone who wants to get super clear about their vision, get super clear about their next steps, and begin to craft a roadmap to really live that empowered lifestyle. How do we use vision boards? Well, everyone has their own methodology. I'm going to give you my Cliff Notes version. I host live vision board workshops in different places. I've got a couple coming up on the East Coast. And in those workshops, we dive deep. We actually create the vision board. But I'm going to give you my Cliff Notes version today so that you can kind of get a general sense of what is expected to make the vision board happen. So it's 3 steps. The first is to make time to create your vision board, right? Because if we don't schedule it, many of my clients on the call today, you guys probably have heard this from me before, but if you don't make time to schedule it, it's just not real, right? So make time to schedule creating a vision board. Get the supplies, right? This is just pretty 101 on the first step. Get some magazines, a variety of them. Even if you think like you have no interest in like Car and Muscle magazine, you never know, there could be an advertisement in there that speaks to you. The second thing that you need to do is once you've created this vision board, put it somewhere that you're gonna see it often, right? Because if it stays in the back of your car, in the back of your closet, you're not gonna see it that often and you're really not gonna use it at all. So for me, I usually keep my vision board, like I have this little dressing room and I keep it right on like sort of by my dresser so that I can see it. I have it propped up. Whether I'm like, you know, putting my jewelry on or doing my makeup, I'm looking at the vision board and I'm repeating to myself what I'm looking for in life. Then the third part of the vision board is to really think about the vision that you've created. So as I said, like that I look at it, but I think about what that would look like in my life, what that would feel like in my life. For my uber ambitious and driven women, if you want bonus points, I want you to consider taking the time to meditate with it. So we can get super deep on how vision boards work and with the first two steps. But the most important is to meditate with it so that it becomes part of how you live your life, right? When to use vision boards. So we use vision boards to break through the gunk, right? We use vision boards so that we can see a light at the end of the tunnel. Most importantly, we use vision boards to keep us on a trajectory towards our goals, our dreams, our visions. In fact, we use vision boards especially when we want to convey our dreams to someone else. So take your vision board. Once you've created it, of course, take your vision board and share it with a loved one. And the reason why I want you to do that is because I want you to have some support. And when you have that support around the direction of your vision and you're able to say, this is what I want in life, it's more likely that people are going to show up to give you the kind of guidance and the accountability too, to make it actually happen. Because helping you to stay accountable to what's important to you is the most important thing, right? Because if we don't stay accountable to making this vision happen, we might as well have left the vision board in the trunk of our car or in the back of the closet, because we're not moving the dial forward to really enact any major change. So, okay. As promised, I want to do a visualization with you. It's a little bit of meditation action. And I'm going to invite you to really step into your vision. So we're going to do this by taking a deep breath. We're going to close our eyes. You're going to listen to me, and I'm going to guide you through a powerful visualization. As I promised, our webinar is going to be short. It's going to be actionable. So don't worry, you won't fall asleep. And what we're going to do is we're going to focus on beginning to unlock some of your deepest desires and beginning to create the clarity that you've been craving. So before we begin, I want you to do yourself a big favor. Please drop any expectations or judgments that you have of yourself. Give yourself the next few minutes to be totally open and connected. Don't expect yourself to figure out all the answers. Just allow yourself to be open in a place of receiving and really accept whatever comes up for you in our exercise today. All right, is that fair enough? So our purpose and our journey in this exercise is just going to be to listen to those deep desires and to really get that clarity that you're craving. So let's take another deep breath. Close your eyes. Let it go. Just begin to feel settled in. So breathing deeply, allow that breath to really get all the way to the bottom of the lungs. So that's the kind of breath where you are letting your belly expand. Right? So in letting your belly expand, I want you to
let the full breath come in to your chest, expand the heart, expand the lungs. Right? And I want you to begin to picture yourself waking up and starting your ideal day. Just breathe into it. As you wake up, was it an alarm that woke you up? Was it somebody else in the room that woke you up? Was it just the rise of the sun that woke you up? Let's take stock on how you're starting your day. How do you feel? Do you feel peaceful and content that you're beginning your day with purpose? Look around the room. Where are you? Just breathing into your meditation, taking in your surroundings, taking the temperature of the room, the feel of the sheets, where you are in the world. As you begin and you start your day, I want you to picture yourself getting dressed. What do you wear? Let the clothing that you choose be a true reflection of how you want to show up in the world. Do you want to feel relaxed and kick back? Do you want to feel powerful? Do you want to feel sexy? Do you want to feel carefree, bohemian, and slow, ambitious? However you want to feel, I want you to dress the part. As you look into the mirror in your mind's eye, just embody this woman. Embody this person that you are. Breathing in and breathing out. As you leave the bedroom, heading into the kitchen, what do you eat? Somebody cook for you? Do you make a quick smoothie? Are you sitting down for a long, lavish breakfast, complete with newspaper? What does your experience look like? How we treat ourselves, how we plan our day, ultimately shows up in how we plan our life. So as you move into your day, in your mind's eye, what does it look like? As you head off to work, do you go somewhere? Do you work from home? Do you drive? Do you commute? Do you walk? Do you ride a bike? How do you begin your work day? And if you've gone somewhere, are you alone? Is someone else there? Are you the boss? Do you have colleagues? Do you have a team? In working, what are you working on? Are you working in solitude? Are you working amongst others? Are you inside? Are you outside? How do you feel as you're doing this work? Even when you take a break for lunch, what are you feeding yourself? Are you choosing to nourish your soul, your body, get more energy? As you carry on through your day, each choice, each decision puts you directly in line with how you want to show up in the world, how you want to feel. The work that you do, the light that you shine in the world, it's reflective of your purpose, of why you are here, your bigger cause. Breathing deeply, letting that breath go. When your work day is over, how do you finish? Do you go to the gym? Do you have cocktails with friends? Go to yoga, walk the dog, listen to music, read a book, journal, breathe. How do you finish one thing and move on to the next? How do you stay in that place of empowerment, that place of strength to make it all happen? As your thoughts come up throughout the day, do they lead you to feel exactly the way that you want to feel? Do your thoughts contribute to aha moments, to openness, to removing all judgment from yourself and allow yourself to be strong, confident, stress-free? As you close your day, getting back into bed, think of the one thing that you were so grateful for in the course of your day. Picture the day, reflecting again on the day that you had, the people that you were with, the places you went, the activities you did, the work, the purpose. how you shined your light in the world. Breathing deeply, and exhale, letting it go. With your eyes closed, I just want you to continue those deep breaths, settling into this feeling. How do you feel as you close your ideal day? At the start of our webinar, I encourage you to grab a piece of paper and a pen. But as you slowly begin to blink your eyes open, hold on to that feeling that you had in your visualization. What is that feeling? Write it down, text it to yourself, put it in your Evernote. But that's the point. That's the whole point, is that we want to create a life, create a vision board that is a true reflection of how you want to feel deep down inside. There is nothing more important than how you show up in the world. There's nothing more important than the light that you shine on others. And there's nothing more important than living your purpose. So I really appreciate you joining me today to create the vision board that you will once you get off this webinar, of course. And you're going to create this vision board knowing full well how you want to feel. You're going to look at it daily. You're even going to find space in your day or in your week, in your month to meditate about it. And know that what the mind and the heart act on in unison, it happens. So maybe you've been struggling with feeling uncertain. Maybe you've been feeling overwhelmed. Maybe you've been feeling like you don't really know what to do next. Maybe you're even feeling sick and tired of feeling the way that you do. I've been there. And please know that I am here for you now. I help ambitious women. I help them to discover their purpose, to get clarity, and to create a roadmap to achieve their goals. If this sounds like what you've been looking for, we should talk. I'm going to be sending over the recording from today's webinar. And if you're feeling ready to make a change, to figure out your next steps, and to escape overwhelm, begin living life on your own terms, then we should talk. In the email, I'm going to be sending you a link so that you can book in a free call with me. I really appreciate the time that you took today, and I would be happy to dedicate the time back to you. In our call, we'll hop on the phone or Skype, and we'll work on helping you to figure out what you're meant for in the world. We'll help you figure out how to get on track and really speeding through the process of living life on your own terms. So again, we're just about at that half hour, and I really appreciate you guys joining me today. Again, short and actionable. If you get any ahas, as I say to my clients, any WTFs, any questions at all about creating your own vision board, feel free to email me. Again, my email address is bailey@baileyfurman.com. And please know that you are not alone. If you are ready and committed to making a change in your life, I can definitely show you how. Again, thank you so much for joining me today, and I look forward to hearing from you soon. Talk to you soon. Bye.